2024 legal year begins. 2023-2024 legal year confers senior advocate of Nigerian title on 58 legal year practitioners. My name is Famoye Guntemidayo. The news in full. To achieve quality transformation and development at the grassroots, President Bola Tinubu government will reinvigorate and accord more importance to traditional institutions in Nigeria. Vice President Kashim Shettima expressed this view at the 37th Akeso Day celebration in Iperu Ikene local government area of Ogun State. Yemi Dalimo reports.
Iperu town came alive as dignitaries from all walks of life converged on the community to celebrate the Akeso Day, which is a social-cultural festival that brings together sons and daughters of the land to celebrate the mythical founder of the ancient town in Ogun State.
To the address of the governor.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says Nigeria's multicultural diversity should be a source of strength because festivals like the Akeso Day are a rallying point for development.
This festival serves as an opportunity to reimpose President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to giving priority to our traditional institutions in navigating the intricacies of our diversity. The commitments articulated by the Tinubu administration stand firm, and we pledge to honor these assurances, ensuring positive transformations in the lives of our people.
Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun is proud of the event.
We in Iperu land, we have roots. We're a people of history, tradition, heritage, and culture. Today, the attendant parade of cultural values and heritage during this celebration has increased the inflow of tourists and investors into this state. This we are very proud of.
Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas is among other dignitaries who joined the Alakperu of Iperu Oba Adeleke Idowu Basibo and the indigenes of Iperu Remo to mark the 2023 Akeso Day celebration in Ogun State. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
The newly constructed Mater Christi Diocesan Chancery of the Catholic Diocese of Ijebu is to bring the various departments and apostles in the diocese together for the purpose of evangelism. Reverend Father Alfonso Okocha, who made this known during the blessing and opening of the new Diocesan Chancery, says the building will also serve as a dual purpose for effective administration and pastoral faithfulness. Olawumi Adeniji has the details.
Reverend Father Okucha in his welcome address said the purpose of the gathering is also meant to celebrate the Mass of Thanksgiving to mark the 54th anniversary of the erection of the Diocese of Ijebu and to kickstart the beginning of the 55th anniversary. The Reverend Father added that the ceremony is a part of a week-long celebration. Other activities include the inauguration of the Widow Solidarity Movement at the Cathedral, as well as the celebration of the Diocesan Thanksgiving and the giving of awards to some deserving individuals.
We also celebrate this Mass to honor our Metropolitan, Most Reverend Alfred Adewale Martins, on the occasion of his 40th priestly anniversary ordination and his 25th Episcopal ordination anniversary. Our diocese, as one of the suffragans of Lagos Archdiocese, is using this milestone celebration to thank and appreciate God for the gift of His grace to the Church.
The Metropolitan Archbishop of Lagos Province, Most Reverend Alfred Adewale Martins, the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Ijebu, Most Reverend Francis Obafemi Adesina, and Reverend Father Patrick Balogun all spoke on the uniqueness of the new diocesan chancery.
A chancery is the headquarters of service. It is the headquarters of service. The chancery coordinates the mission of Christ in a diocese. The mission of Christ, in summary, is to bring all things under Christ and to bring all to Christ and Christ to all. This is the headquarters of the pastoral administrative governance of the Catholic Diocese of Ijebu.
For me, it's a sign of the future for us. The activity of the 55th anniversary begins now, and you will see after we finish our pastoral seminar, we shall roll out activities that is going to encapsulate everybody, the young children, the youth, the women, the men, and the priests, so that by the time we get to this time next year, we'll be able to aggregate all our achievements and give honor to God.
It's a testimony to the fact that there is a focus on that which is necessary for the growth of the church and for evangelization. It's a testimony to the unity of purpose between the bishop, the priests, the religious, and the lay faithful of the diocese. And it's a testimony to the fact that God simply is good to his people.
The foundation of the new diocesan chancery, commissioned today, was laid in February 2021. The chancery is situated at GRA Ijebu, adjacent JDPC complex. In Ijebu, Olawunmi Adeniji, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA's slogan, "You can't beat the rich," is the driving force as the national broadcaster seeks to maintain its leadership in terms of the quality of its signal and content. Minister of Information and National Orientation Muhammad Idris at the 2023 NTA Management Conference and Retreat assures Nigerians of quality broadcasting through the NTA. Saliu Guanara reports.
Minister of Information and National Orientation arrives the Nigerian Army Resource Center, venue of the 2023 NTA Management Conference and Retreat. It is the minister's second engagement with the NTA management. This time, directors and general managers from across NTA's 108 stations are available to rub minds on the task ahead of the public broadcaster in line with the aspirations of the federal government.
As we navigate the complex challenges and opportunities, let us not merely adopt, but seize this initiative to innovate through collaborative efforts and blend of ideas. We can chart a course that transcends mere survival, propelling the nation into a realm of sustained relevance and also of influence in nation building.
NTA's transformative agenda towards rediscovering its golden era as a leading broadcaster with quality entertainment, informative and educative programs is gaining momentum, with Minister of Information and National Orientation providing the needed guidance.
I would like each member of the NTA management team to actively engage in the talks and workshops planned for this retreat. This is an invaluable opportunity to share insights, explore innovative strategies, and collectively chart a new course for the NTA's future. Indeed, collaboration and synergy among departments are essential in enhancing overall effectiveness.
An astute information manager himself, the minister says the event is timely in view of the growing number of options for the viewing public to source information and the challenge of social media, which sometimes comes with false and misleading information. Muhammad Idris reaffirmed government's commitment towards a speedy economic recovery and digitization project. In line with his desire to uphold standard among the public broadcasters, the minister promised to be active on events like this one as part of his oversight function to improve productivity. From the Army Resource Center in Abuja, Saliu Guanara, NTA News.
Discharging the burden associated with the new position attained by 58 legal practitioners just conferred as learned senior advocate of Nigeria is a lifelong process requiring character and discipline. This message by the Chief Justice of Nigeria signals the commencement of the 2023-2024 new legal year of Supreme Court of Nigeria. Olabode Arewa reports.
This is a roll call of 58 learned counsel taking the oath upon their being conferred as learned senior advocates of Nigeria, SAN. To merit the conferment, a learned counsel must have spent at least 10 years post-call and he has been distinguished before the Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee that approves the conferment. Beyond the ceremony associated with the conferment, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Oluka Odaiwola, took time to enunciate the current steps being taken by the judicial arm of government to sustain the rule of law and the independence of the judiciary in the country, particularly as the new legal year of the Supreme Court of Nigeria commences.
I'm very much convinced that judicial officers at the various hierarchy of courts in Nigeria are discharging their judicial functions in a befitting manner. But as the Chief Justice of Nigeria, I still strongly desire from all judicial officers across courts to lead a disciplined and principled lifestyle.
New and enviable status demands that you must be honest.
Some notable lawyers who were just conferred as new silks include Fumi Falana, Olumide Akinolujimi, Dr. Musa Adamu Aliu, and Dr. Kayode Ajulo.
For every practicing lawyer, this is the height of it.
Since its establishment in 1976, more than 600 Nigerian lawyers have attained the rank of the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
Nigerians have been urged to be patient as the economic policies of the present administration of calibration of the economy is work in progress that will manifest for good. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria who applauded the third quarter GDP figure, however, say deliberate efforts at growing the manufacturing and agricultural sectors are the panacea for sustainable inclusive economic growth. Lydia Sampson reports.
The country recording some level of positive growth across various sectors. Gaston Good Morning Nigeria say is indicative of the efforts made by President Tinubu's economic policies. They however opined that the growth occasioned by visible developments in services sector is still fragile.
So as long as you are growing below population growth rate, which is estimated at 2.6, 2.7, you are not likely to have inclusive growth. Inclusive growth is the one that engenders jobs. Okay. So for us to be able to even do the 2.9 that the IMF is projecting for Nigeria for 2023, we need to do up to 4% in the fourth quarter.
This government is perhaps going to be the first government to say, listen, we're moving out of that area of mediocrity where all we can achieve is 3%. Oh, if we achieve 6%, we feel like we're superstars. That's not good enough because population is growing. We have things to do. We have infrastructure to build. We have aspirations.
They reiterate the need for deliberate efforts and policies for sustaining and snowballing the GDP to an inclusive growth that will continue to create jobs and eradicate poverty.
Most of my argument with regard to the raising of MPR is in line with, is the central bank aware that the total liquidity that is outside the economy and that is within the financial institution, and that brought about currency redesign. And I'm happy that the bank has taken a right measure to bring confidence to consumers to make use of the currency. But that can only be sustained if the bank remain with a good policy of educating people on how best you use this currency.
Turning around Nigeria's story of import-intensive nation, the guest insists must be prioritized. The creation of favorable business climate with ongoing tax reforms by President Bola Tinubu, the guest noted, will be instrumental in making Nigeria an investment hub. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
We'll be back shortly after the mid-news.
Take it from me, the mind-blowing way to do things is the Glow LTE advanced way. When you stream, it's like you're in the drama itself. When you make calls, you reach where others can't. Copy! Doing business is like running Wall Street from your street. And when you play,
I did beat the guy.
We'll see about that.
It's like traveling the world without moving an inch.
Is that Toby in your room?
You can download in the blink of an eye in 4K.
Go.
And when you go for your dreams, it's like running with the strength of 3 nations behind you.
Glow LTE Advanced, the power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.
And for them to attain eternal life. Pastor Said Ogunsilu gave the advice in a sermon at a funeral service in honor of the late Assistant Pastor Oluwakayode Abiodun Ayopo. Sheyi Ogunbayo's report is here presented.
It was a moment of grief as family members, friends, and associates gathered at the Redeemed Christian Church of God Overcomers Tabernacle Oluwo Abeokuta to pay tribute to the late Assistant Pastor Oluwakayode Abiodun Ayopo. In a sermon taken from 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 13 to 18, Pastor Said Ogunsilu urged all to be persistent in service to God and humanity, as well as emulate the diseased devotion to God.
It is not the good works you are doing now that really counts. It is the one you are caught up with that will be rewarded. That is why we have to be consistent and then persist in doing good.
Prayers were offered for the wife and children of the deceased.
Yes, it's a trial of your faith. No man brought out of the womb of a woman with none will be able to do any harm to him.
Wife, children, and associates of the late Assistant Pastor Ayopo eulogized him.
He's a caring father, loving pastor.
My daddy is a gentle, he's a kind man.
The best man I ever knew, and he was like my brother to me, my elder brother. He was my teacher, he was everything I...
He's a man that struggled throughout his life, but unfortunately, he never lived to enjoy the struggle.
During his life, he was the PRO of the community, a very commended person. Very reliable indeed.
The man dedicated, sacrificial, upright.
Late Oluwakayode Abiodun Ayopo is an officer of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC). He joined the Redeemed Christian Church of God in 2001 and rose to the post of assistant pastor, age 54. He is survived by wife, children, and siblings in Abeokuta. Sheyi Ogunbayo, NTA News.
Here ends the news tonight. Good night.
Take it from me, the mind-blowing way to do things is the Glow LTE advanced way. When you stream, it's like you're in the drama itself. When you make calls, you reach where others can't. Copy! Doing business is like running Wall Street from your street. And when you play,
I did beat the guy.
We'll see about that.
It's like traveling the world without moving an inch.
Is that Toby in your room?
You can download in the blink of an eye in 4K.
Go.
And when you go for your dreams, it's like running with the strength of 3 nations behind you.
Glow LTE Advanced, the power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.